What is up, guys? CruiserBitch42 here, and welcome back to another session of Katawa Shoujo. So, today starts another recording session of this. So I feel that we're getting very close to the end of the game, and before I actually start up anything else, I just want to let you guys know that if I do get to the ending of the game, because I think there's only one day left in this game, I think we're done, I'm going to try and record face cam, because I heard that it's supposed to be a sad ending, depending on what you chose, or a bad ending, or something, so I'm really not sure. But I want like a reaction for you guys to see, because you guys haven't seen my face this whole playthrough. The main reason why I haven't done webcam is because my webcam's been very buggy lately with videos, and I'm kind of nervous that I don't want to, do webcam video and then it breaks the whole recording, because I don't want to go through the whole game and then, find out at the end that my recording isn't working because of my webcam, and then I have nothing to show you guys, because then I'll know what happens, and I don't want to play it over again, because then it kind of ruins the story. Because I already know what happens. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm going to pray that my webcam is going to start working. If it doesn't work, sadly, you won't have a facial reaction for my end of the game. Maybe if I can, I'll do, maybe like after I complete the game, I'll do a face cam reaction or something like that. But other than that, yeah, let's get back into this. Yes, I haven't done this game in a while, so hopefully my English doesn't fail me today. And my coughing doesn't bother you today. Jeez. Alright, let's start this thing up. I'm sorry, I just ate a cookie and it's like stuck in my throat. I need some milk in this place. Anyway, let's start this up. The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people that have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Mutoi lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some pages. He scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. The completely a typical behavior for him. But it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out of it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune aren't present, probably doing council work for the festival. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Nakai, can I speak to you for a moment? I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Mutao's approaching my desk. Sure, what's this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Oh great, did we do something wrong? Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Mutoi stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what's going on, I wait silently. I heard from the school's head nurse that you had an incident the other day. So it's about that. Well, kind of, but it's not anything to be worried about. Yes, it is. Anything that can endanger your health is something to be worried about. We try our best here to prepare you for your life here. But part of that involves knowing your limits and how to work around them. It would be remiss of me if I didn't speak up about this. Alright, I get it. I'm sorry. Mutao closes his eyes in frustration, and I realize that this probably wasn't the best thing to say. Something tells me that you're not sorry. Pretend as much as you want, but this isn't a normal school. A lot of people have put in a lot of time, effort, and money to make sure that you and every other student here can have the same level of education as your peers. For you to abuse that by throwing out advice, especially medical advice, is just plain selfish. I'm not quite sure if this is actually how he feels, or if it is some act that he's practiced many times to guilt trip students into doing the right thing. Either way, it's working. I understand. This is all new to me, and I apologize. I know my limits now, and I'll be sticking to them. Mutao appears to lighten up a bit, satisfied that his message has been received. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Matoi taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there that realize the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life supports prison. Yeah. You've got to keep up with these things, alright? That's exactly it. One more move in this world, and you're left behind, right? Right. Wouldn't want that to happen. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific theory. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. Keep that in mind. He's happy that Matao's mysterious talk is over, and he's going back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think, in hindsight, that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Matao poses for a moment. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. The few students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on the questions on the board. Some don't even bother, their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Mateo does not even notice them. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Mateo and I left in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest or a chance to get their last-minute preparations on their way. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away, until finally the bells cry out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. The class sighs as one instantly regretting slacking off, but still acutely aware of the more pressing issues at hand. The classroom empties in a blink as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival preparations. I stay behind and try to quickly finish the question so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the week. End. With the festival and all tomorrow. Apart from me, Hanaku is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our class to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least normally harder for her than it is for Hanaku. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanaku. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence, probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages of my notebook, and Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sound of my irritating sigh and subsequent fumbling around for sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako. Damn, she freaking ran. Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump up from her desk and run to Lily. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaps down the hall and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity. Wow, that was weird. I whistled while talking. Ha! 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 Didn't know I could do that. That's a cool trait that I know now. I could whistle while I talk. Awesome. I watched Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of the sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. The boredom eventually becomes too much for her thought, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small notebook. Come to think of it, that isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes the book and leaps too. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished and there's nothing else to do in the classroom. Not that I have anything to do anywhere else either. The school is a beehive of activity, but nobody pays me any heed. I saunter past classrooms filled with students frantically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. You wouldn't guess that the school day is over. It's a quite It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much. People zip by, left and right, hurrying as quick as they can, busy and energetic. I feel the opposite. The midday sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making it feel limp all over. Warm, soft air flows inside my shirt, feeling like a cushion. I yawn lazily, thinking about what I do. Damn it, I keep doing that in these videos, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll drop my books at the dorms first, and then something I haven't decided yet. Maybe Kenji is in his room. Oh god, we're going to Kenji. On the way to the dorms, I spotted Emi coming my way, running despite not having those weird running prosthetics on. I wave at her and she skids to a stop. Yo, it's Sao. What's that? She has a white and green paint adorn her nose and chin respectively, but her smile is wide, as it seems it always is. Whoa. She leans closer to me, amplifying the feeling she is examining me. What you doing? What is this, finish the verb? Nothing really. I don't have anything to do for the festival, and everyone else seems to be doing something important. That's perfect. Then you can help me and Rin. With the festival preparations, I'm not sure if I would be of much help. That's fine. I'm not much help either. Emi grabs my wrist and starts dragging me back inside the school quite forcefully. Always get stuck helping. Even her walking speed is more like jogging, making me stumble over myself simply trying to keep up. The stairs slow Emi down a little bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's finally run out of breath. We go all the way back to the 3rd floor and to the seniors hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well have stayed here waiting for Emi had I known. So are you... Is Rin working on that mural still? That's right. She needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff. So I went to get them from the art room. From the art classroom. And you need me to help you with that? Well, Rin told me you had already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind. I see. So thanks to Emi's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emi skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make some sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Some look like they have been left there for several decades. Relics of precious art. Club generation times. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing papers and boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smells of paint, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Emi studies her notes, comparing them to comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emi gives up and just looks up to the shelf longingly, like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance. After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them and catch what she can. He's all surprised that she fails miserably and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why me lending a hand here would be useful. Come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. Also, I'm like twice your height. You are not. She turns around, flying scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She gazes at me once more, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging humph, turns her back to me. So I began scrolling around the top shelf for paint while below. Emi crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. I shake my head a little after double-checking to ensure she can't see me do so. Emi having a complex about her height was quite a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. Only after we have almost all the items collected and spread out on the desk, like a treasure hunter's spoils, do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like to be told that she can't do something, like jump. But Emi herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. She is that type of person. At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the item and then make our way back to Rin. I childlessly carry the bulk of materials as we make our way towards the dormitories. Rin is really stressed about getting her painting done. It's her own fault though. She should have started earlier. Is she going to make it? No idea. It looks good to me, but with Rin, you never know what's going on. I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. I can't believe that the night nurses hadn't found her. And now she's painting again like crazy. Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off as kinda unhinged, so to speak. Yumi giggles at that, as well as at my likely too obvious awkwardness. I don't mind it. She's just a little weird sometimes. On that I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emi seems to be cool with Rin's whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Suzune do. With them working as a single entity sometimes, it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Even though they're so different, just like Emi and Rin are. And Rin is the most different of them all, different from anyone else I've met. Yeah, I guess she's a very unique person. I return to that word again, as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself, but really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emi giggles as I grasp about for a properly descriptive word. She's just weird. You know, earlier she just spent half an hour sitting on her box and stared at her toes. She giggles again in a way that makes me think she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is. All the time. The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange. Weird, imaginary, things populating the spaces between. It looks nice. I can't think of any word that would describe the work concisely and comprehensive, so I settle myself on a nondescript nice. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate as the mural progresses. The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Rin herself is in the center of this chaos, sitting there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs which sport a drying spectrum of war painting, similar to those on Emi's face. Emi sprinted to Rin ahead of me and gleefully jumps in front of her. I'm back. That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again? Hisao helped me. Emi points viciously at me. Rin turns around following Emi's finger with her eyes, looking at my general direction. She nods absent-mindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since last night. A vacant, glad stare that focused slightly off me in moments like in a slow-motion movie. Hello, Hisao. Thank you for the help. Don't mention it. I just did. Never mind. Looks like you've made progress. Looking good as far as I can tell. But now you get more bad luck. I know, but I'm willing to take the risk. It's a very nice thing to say. For me, of course, not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings. So artists can't find romance, their favorite TV shows are cancelled, or they die young because of an unspecific disease. It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe. Unless they are blind. She considers this for a while, looking like she's going to fall asleep. There is a boy. At the art club, you see, blind boy, so he doesn't see. He should become an artist. No bad luck guaranteed. Don't you think that would be a good idea? That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such. You might have a point. Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize, but can't remember the name of it. Emi arranges the supplies we brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene. Yumi, I need the Prussian blue paint. Which one's Prussian blue? She's staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue. Someone with the Prussian blue paint in it. Jeez, Red, you're not helping at all. I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussian, or what Prussian even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. While none of the blues look more Prussian than the others, the small print on the labels is legibly enough to determine that none say anything about the contents of being Prussian. There is no Prussian blue here. We need to get more. We need to go get more then. God damn it! I opened my mouth to say that actually we're not both needed for such a simple task, like finding another pot of Prussian blue. But Imi's already grabbed my arm and started dragging me off. Over to Rin, who doesn't seem to have noticed that the two of us are even leaving. I gotta keep running around for a Prussian blue paint. Well, she noticed when she goes for her Prussian blue and finds out it's still not there. Maybe. Probably not, actually. Well, I'm busy thinking of how weird Rin is. Imi's been dragging me back to the art classroom. I feel myself starting to run out of breath. What's the rush? Huh? Imi's giving me an appraised look, as if she's trying to figure something out. It's just that you seem to be in a hurry. I'm not sure I can keep up. Comprehension dawns on her face. You're not out of breath, are you? There's almost an accusing playfulness to her tone. I'm tempted to deny it, but then I realized that I've been breathing heavy since we stopped. Guess it's kind of obvious. A little. Not everybody can be in shape, you know. Takes all kinds, right? Yumi frowned. It's not a particularly good frown. That is, I should get in shape? Not that I hadn't already decided to try that for that. After that flutter on the track, I figure there's a real need to get in some sort of running habit. I was, after all, feeling pretty good until I had my false alarm. Well, actually I wasn't, but it was fun. Meanwhile, my comment seems to have helped Amy come to some sort of decision. Well, that's it then. She gives me a serious look. You're joining me. I beg your pardon? In the mornings. You and I are now running partners. I've got a routine all planned out, in fact. She produces a crumbled sheet of paper. I've got it right here with me. I take the sheet of paper and give it a once-over. Times, dates, and laps all laid out. A slow increase from just a few laps a day to, oh my god, does she expect to have me running marathons? And where does she find the time to get all this all together? And how long has she been planning this anyway? You've been planning this? A little. But it's really the nurse's idea. He told me to keep an eye on you, to make sure you exercise like he told you to. A vast conspiracy. Maybe Kenji's onto something here. This seems a bit much for just keeping an eye on me. Well, to be honest, I've been trying to find the running partner in the mornings for a while now. My god, Kenji, if you could only see the scheme unfolding. What do you need a partner for, anyway? It's easier to keep up a workout if you're not the only one doing it. Isn't that obvious? You're less likely to quit if someone else is counting on you to be there, right? I see. And this won't only keep you running, but it'll make sure that I keep running as well. Meaning that I'll be obeying the nurse. And I'll keep an eye on you, just like he asked. You caught on quick, Asao. And if I refuse, I have no intention of refusing, of course. But I've got to at least put up a token of resistance to such a masterful executed plan. Well, if you refuse, I'd have to pout. And you'd have to live with being the guy who made Ibarazaki pout. Damn that last name. You don't want that on your conscience, do you? As if to demonstrate, Amy begins pouting. It's the most adorable, heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen. Okay, I'll do it. Just don't do that. I feel like I just hit a puppy. Just punch the puppy in the face. So it's settled, right? You're going to be my running partner. Follow the workout. And the dietary plan. Whoa. Dietary plan. Yeah, the dietary plan. You got to eat healthy if you're going to get in shape, you know. Examine the workout routine closely. I don't see a dietary plan on here. Oh, right. I forgot to give that to you. Another crumpled sheet of paper is produced and handed over. It's somewhat less detailed. I had the nurse help me come up with it. The amount of dedication that the nurse has to keeping me in good health is pretty overwhelming. I don't know many school nurses who would get one of their students to spy on me, much less help come up with a dietary plan. Then again, I guess I'm not in a normal school, and maybe that's not such a bad thing. Then again, this dietary plan seems to cut out just about everything that I'd be offered at the festival tomorrow. So when does our running start? After the festival? Oh, thank God. Yes, I get to eat whatever I want. Yes. Right after? What if I've had something to eat there? You could get a stomachache, you know? I meant the day after the festival. I knew that. Wasn't there something we were supposed to be doing? Oh, I guess we should get that paint for Rin, huh? Oh no, it slipped my mind. The Prussian paint. By the time we get the paint and get back to the mural, Rin's already wandered off. What? Oh well. Amy and I both decided to part ways there, leaving the paint on the ground. Rin will find it whenever she comes back anyway. Back to my room and just pass out. Festival's tomorrow. I'm actually a little excited for it. At the same time, the weeks left me feeling pretty tired, so I read a little and then go to bed. Wow. We're already on the festival. So this is going to be one episode, actually. Holy crap. Wow. This is actually going to be like almost 1 or 2 episodes. Because I don't know how long I've been recording. It doesn't seem like I've been recording very long. So I'm actually going to end it here, to be completely honest. Because I want to get an actual good sense that if I can get my webcam working, I'm going to record the whole thing. So I'm going to leave it up here, guys. And if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button down below. Our channel, I'm not going to lie, has been pretty crappy lately. Not that the likes have been bad, it's just the views have been fairly poor on my channel lately, and it hasn't been this bad in a while. So hopefully, by you guys hitting the like button, it'll help the channel out a little bit every day. And, you know, it's always nice to see people like it up and comment and stuff on my videos, and that's why I love doing this. So if you guys have enjoyed, remember the like button down below. Also, comment your thoughts, what will happen at the festival. I don't know, you don't know, so, well, hopefully you don't know. I don't know, so we'll figure that out. There's crap all over my computer screen. I don't know why. I just noticed it now. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. This is CrazyMitch42, and I will see you guys at the festival. Bye!